Welcome back to History in 10. Today, we are crossing the finish line at the world-famous Sturgis Bike Rally. When you hear the name Sturgis, one thing immediately comes to mind: motorcycles. Every August, the small town of Sturgis, South Dakota, transforms into the epicenter of biker culture, hosting one of the largest motorcycle rallies in the world. But the story of Sturgis is about more than just engines, leather jackets, and roaring crowds. It's a tale that stretches back over a century and weaves together frontier history, community pride, and an enduring love of the open road. Let's ride back in time and explore the history of Sturgis. The town was founded in 1878, just 2 years after the Black Hills Gold Rush brought settlers, miners, and fortune seekers into the region. It was named after Samuel D. Sturgis, a general in the U.S. Army who commanded Fort Meade, a nearby military post built to protect settlers in the Black Hills. Sturgis grew slowly as a frontier town. Its early economy revolved around the fort, ranching, and the needs of the growing population in western South Dakota. For many years, it was a quiet town known more for its rugged landscapes and military presence than for anything else. Birth of the rally, the Jack Pine Gypsies. The story of motorcycles in Sturgis begins in 1936 with a group called the Jack Pine Gypsies Motorcycle Club, founded by Clarence Pappy Hole and his family. The club quickly became a hub for motorcyclists across the region. 2 years later, in 1938, the Gypsies hosted the very first Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Back then, it wasn't the massive spectacle we know today. The inaugural rally was a one-day event featuring just 9 racers competing in a dirt track race. A small crowd gathered to watch, and nobody could have guessed this modest gathering would grow into an international phenomenon. Growth in the post-war years after World War II, motorcycles became deeply ingrained in American culture. Veterans returned home, many of whom had ridden bikes during the war, and found freedom on the open road. For these men and women, motorcycles were more than just machines. They represented independence, camaraderie, and rebellion against the ordinary. As the biker community grew, so did the Sturgis Rally. Each year, more riders showed up. The event expanded beyond racing to include stunts, hill climbs, parades, and scenic rides through the Black Hills. By the 1960s, the rally was attracting thousands of riders. Challenges and controversies. Of course, the rise of Sturgis didn't come without challenges. In the early days, some locals weren't too thrilled about thousands of bikers descending on their small town. Noise, traffic, and rowdy behavior became part of the rally's reputation. But over time, the city realized that the event was a tremendous economic driver. Hotels, restaurants, and local businesses flourished every August. What began as a small motorcycle race turned into Sturgis's biggest source of revenue, cementing the rally as a permanent fixture. Still, there were moments when it looked like Sturgis might not survive. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, biker culture faced heavy scrutiny. The rally was sometimes linked with outlaw motorcycle clubs and violence. Yet, despite the controversies, the rally endured, adapted, and kept growing. Becoming a global phenomenon by the 1990s, the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally had exploded in size. What once drew a few dozen riders was now attracting hundreds of thousands. Every year, bikers from across the U.S. and around the world made the pilgrimage to Sturgis. The event was no longer just about motorcycles, it became a week-long festival. Concerts featuring major rock bands, massive vendor expos, custom bike shows, and charity rides turned Sturgis into a biker's dream vacation. The town of just 7,000 residents ballooned into a city of nearly 500,000 every August. The Black Hills themselves added to the magic. Riders traveled the scenic highways to Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse Memorial, and Custer State Park. The natural beauty of South Dakota became as much a part of the rally as the bikes themselves. Today, the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is one of the largest motorcycle gatherings in the world. On milestone anniversaries, like the 75th in 2015, attendance has been estimated at over 700,000 people. It's an event that unites people from every walk of life: veterans, weekend riders, outlaw clubs, and families who simply love the culture. The rally has become more organized and community-focused over the decades. Many events are tied to charity, raising millions of dollars for local organizations, children's hospitals, and veteran causes. In many ways, Sturgis represents the heart of motorcycle culture: freedom, brotherhood, the open road, and a community that comes together year after year. What makes Sturgis so unique is how it transformed from a tiny town named after a military general into an international symbol of motorcycle culture. For more than 80 years, it has survived wars, cultural shifts, and social changes. And through it all, the roar of motorcycles has echoed through the Black Hills every summer. Whether you're a biker or not, the Sturgis Rally is a true piece of Americana. It's about adventure, tradition, and the timeless bond between people and the machines that carry them down the road. So, the next time you hear the word Sturgis, remember, it's more than a rally, it's history on two wheels. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the history of Sturgis. If you enjoyed this ride through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out more episodes of History in 10. Ride safe, and we'll see you on the road.